Hey everyone, it is Brittany, owner of Everything Be Nicole. I am recording this video to show you how to prepare a moss wreath base for a floral arrangement. The previous video, I showed you all of the florals and greenery that we're going to be using to create an arrangement on this moss wreath base. So if you have not seen it, go check it out. And of course, welcome if you're new. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're not new, welcome back. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe, show some love, show some support, as well as hit that bell notification so that you get notified every time I post a video or live stream here on YouTube. So let's dive right on in. The first thing I want to talk about is the mechanics, the elements of a moss wreath base. Now keep in mind there are different types of moss bases. They come in different shapes and sizes. This particular one is 19 by 15 inches. All right, so here, something I want to talk about first, there's two different ways that you can prepare a moss wreath base for a floral arrangement. One is that you can take your piece of styrofoam and you can insert it within this hollow space here, and then work your arrangement from the front to the back, and then your styrofoam can catch your stems, right? Another way you can create your floral arrangement on top of the wreath base. Okay, so again, like I said, the inside is very hollow, okay, and this is where here you can see the wire that they have intertwined with the base to hold everything together. So if you are going to work from the back of the base, you want to keep that in mind, that you're going to be working amongst different wires, okay, which is perfectly fine. You can definitely make it work and work around all of that, right? Now, why the styrofoam? So with the styrofoam, you need something that can catch your stems, because you're going to be inserting stems from the front of the base, and so you need something in the hollow space to catch your stems. Okay, these moss wreath bases, they're very sturdy, as you can imagine, because of the wiring that they have entwined with the moss, right, in general. And so we're going to be using, as mentioned, styrofoam. I do not recommend using desert foam, because desert foam can be, not necessarily can be, but it is very brittle and can easily be broken apart. So I like to use styrofoam for moss wreath bases. I also use it in floral containers. So of course, it's whatever rocks your boat, as they say. So this here was a piece of rectangle styrofoam that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and all I do is just cut it down to my liking. You can, for example, let's flip this over here. You could very well cut out a big piece, or even from this piece here, you can make an impression on your styrofoam so that you know exactly where you need to cut. What do I mean by that? You can take it and you can press it down, and then when you press it down, it's going to make a little impression as to where you need to cut it. So that's an option. My preference for a moss wreath base, I typically cut my piece of styrofoam 2 by 3 inches, right? And so it always works out fine with me. Now again, moss wreath bases, they come in different sizes and shapes, and so you want to make sure that you figure out what your preference will be when you're working with these types of bases. So another thing, of course, we have our moss here. We also have some floral pins. I purchased a pack of 100 of these from Hobby Lobby. I believe they were about $3. They have another pack. I believe there's 50 in a smaller pack, but These are very easy to come across. I'm pretty sure Walmart has these, Amazon, of course, any craft store, craft outlet, online stores, things of that nature. So we have plenty of those ready. We also have some Chanel stems that we're going to be using, Chanel ties. These are 24 inches, so I'm pretty sure I'm only going to need one of these, but I have two on standby just in case. And of course, we're going to be working with some hot glue. So again, I'm going to have my floral arrangement on top of my base. So what I like to do first is go ahead and glue, put some glue there on the back. And you want to be generous with your glue. I use Gorilla Glue, right? For anyone who's wondering, it works perfectly fine. And I just push it on up there. Okay, you're gonna see it come through the other side. So I'm just gonna flip this over, just like that. And then just to secure it, I'm going to take some floral pins and very carefully push it down in there before. There it go. Then I'm going to use some scissors to make sure. Let me go under. I don't want to mess up my wires here. Just want to push that down, just to secure it. All right, there we have it. And then I am going to use my Chanel stem, and I'm going to come around the front here and catch it right in the center. Actually, I'm going to do two. I usually do three, but I'm going to do two today. And all you want to do is just make sure that you secure it. I'm going to do it this way. Let me see. Let me pull some zip ties out. I just want to, because I have 24-inch zip ties, but they're on the thicker side. These are 12 inches. So we're going to see. Let me see. How do I want to do it? So I'm going to try to run it through my base here, through the other side, and there should be enough to where I can do that. So we're going to give that a try. Again, you can use your Chanel stems. It just crossed my mind that I have some 12-inch zip ties over here. And I just want to check it here on the front. And as you can see, it's going to pull through just a little bit where it snags both sides, and that is perfectly fine. We're going to run one or two more zip ties to make sure that it's secure. Again, you have your pin securing it. You have your hot glue. So you have we have a decent base going here. So, and you want the back of the tip of your zip tie to be in the back. You don't want it to be exposed to the front. And I'm going to do one more. All right, so this is what we have. And you know what? Let me see. Might not do one more. I didn't mean for that to go all which way. So I'm actually going to leave it just like that. That is perfectly fine. You are welcome to do one maybe running across here or putting another one here on the end. But as you can see, that's pretty secure, so we are good. So we have gotten through that part. Again, you can definitely use your Chanel stems. I don't have a lot of hand strength in my hands due to my previous job for almost 5 years. And so, yeah, I just typically like to kind of resort to these zip ties. And then you can use a tool like this here that can help you pull those zip ties in, get them nice, tight, and secure. So now that we have that done, right? So now that we have that done, now we are going to go in with our moss and cover it with moss. And we're going to use our floral pens to do that. Now this moss can get a little bit messy, you guys. That is okay. There are different types of moss that you can get. I like how this one looks. And so that is why I got this. Now I got this from Hobby Lobby. All right, definitely affordable. It comes in it's one of their big packs that they sell. You know, in case you want to go check that out. All right, you guys. So as mentioned, it does not have to be perfect. All right, it does not. You don't have to cover it. Cover every single spot, right? This is going to work just fine. So we have secured everything. We have secured our base. Excuse me, the styrofoam to our base. We also have our moss in place. So this is ready. This moss wreath base is ready to bring in those beautiful floral pieces and greenery. So I will see you guys in the next video, and we're gonna go ahead and design this.